What's up, guys? Back in the news here with The Fosters, Season 2, Episode 7, The Longest Day. Before we begin this episode, isn't that kind of funny that Season 1, Episode 7, Season 2, Episode 7, both have the in the title? Isn't that kind of funny? Isn't it? But anyway, this episode starts off with Brain, with, with Marion taking too long in the bathroom, and Steph's like, hey, do you want her to come with her? And she's like, no. She's like, no. She wants her and Jude. She wants Jude to warm up to the Quinns, and yeah, Jude and Callie are going to meet the Quinns this episode. So yeah, so Jude. So Jude finally can fully talk in this episode, and Callie's like, sneakers, bro. So yeah, so Jesus, actually not Jesus, Lee's like, hey, with everyone in the house, we need to tell them the truth. So Brandon. So let's talk about that before we talk about the Quinn side of the episode, and yeah, another part of the episode. So Brandon calls Steph. So Lena calls Steph and Lena. Actually, Lena calls Mike and Steph over to talk, and Brandon's like, it's about Dani, and he's like, I knew it. You had a problem with her, and she's like, no, it's not that. It's like when you kicked Dani out of the house, he had a few beers, and they slept together, and of course Steph is like, and he's like, Brandon's like, he wasn't. Steph's like, did Dani give you the booze? And he's like, no, he wasn't thinking. And Steph's like, OMG, and starts blaming Mike, saying that she knew she had to break up with her when she had a chance. She knew that he knew that she could not be trusted, but he is so pathetic, and he's like, it's my fault. She's not saying it's your fault. You're saying that I break up with her, and he's like, I can't. And she's like, I can't believe you had custody over Brandon. And he's like, Brandon's been perfect under your rule. And he's like, and Brandon's like, stop it, you. I should have never told you this. And Steph is like, and Lena's like, let him go. What is wrong with you guys? Steph, why are you asking like this is my fault? And Mike, I know that you were hurt and this is crazy, confusing. Actually, it's confusing, and crazy and confusing. But can you see what's going on with your son? Yeah. So yeah. So 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 Brandon is totally in defense mode. He's like he knew what he was doing, and he's not going to tell the cops. And if he goes to the cops, he's just going to say that she made it up, or that she's or he's lying. Like, Brandon, why are you defending Dani here? Like, Brandon is kind of that character in this episode. He knew what he did, and he's defending that he did it. And Brandon doesn't want to press charges, and he's like, press charges against what? Statutory rape. And he's like, come on, Steph. Mike's like, come on, Steph. You really think Dani raped Brandon? And Mike's and Steph's like, you know what statutory rape means? And he's like, come on, Steph. I know Dani didn't force him. He knows what a 16-year-old boy thinks. But Dani didn't actually force him. They just did it. Which is, so yeah. So Steph and Mike talk it over, and they're like, and they're like, what if this was Mariana? What if this was Mariana? What if she slept with a teacher at school? And Mike said, I locked the guy up. I locked him up. And lock him up. And then Steph's like, why is Brandon any different? Like, why, if he would if Mariana was sleeping with a teacher, he would lock him up. Why is Brandon any different? Okay, so Brandon's like, what Dani did was wrong. She was the adult in the situation. She knew what she was doing, and basically, and she's like, we need to do something about it, and basically, that's arresting Dani. Finally, Dani, get out of the show. You are done with me. Glad. And I kind of feel bad for Mike here. Like, he finally found someone he's in love with, and just found out that she slept with his son. And then he had to arrest the woman that he just got back together with. So, anyway, let's talk about the Jesus stuff before we talk about the Quinn stuff. So, Jesus is at practice where Emma is so mad at him. She's like, I can't. She's like, I'm expecting an apology. Like, I am sorry. I'm sorry that I let Mariana open up her big mouth about him and Haley, which is kind of like, your girlfriend told her to open up her big mouth. She didn't do it on her own. Talk to your girlfriend. But guess what? He just never does that. He never goes confronts his girlfriend about it. He just suspects Mariana did it on her own. But here's the one thing he should have suspected. Why would Mariana go and do this? Like, why would Mariana just randomly tell her? Like, he should have talked to his girlfriend, the one he's in love with first. This is like the Brandon situation season 1. But anyway, yeah. Well, I thought they should have talked to Brandon about the fake IDs thing. But anyway, that was season 1. This is season 2. I feel like Jesus should talk to his girlfriend about it. Talk to Haley Hines about it before he goes pointing fingers at Mariana. Mariana did do it to protect Haley Hines, but he should go talk. So Jesus has a big team dinner, and she's like, is Emma gonna be there? Thoroughly knowing that she's jealous of Emma, and she's thoroughly knowing that she's jealous of Emma, and she's like, and he's just like, she's a team, it's a team dinner, she's on the team, so he's just about to go to the team dinner when Haley stops by, saying that her parents are getting a divorce, and for some reason, she looks like she's manipulating him. I was checking if there were tears in her eyes, and I saw no tears there. So basically, she could have done it after, but I feel like she's manipulating him. Further pointed out when Jesus goes to ask Mariana, goes to talk to Mariana, and she's like, how the team thing go? And he's like, I didn't go. And she's like, Haley stopped by. Her parents were getting to. Mariana's like, and she's like, why are you being so mean? And she's like, she's known about this for months. She manipulated you, bro. You fell for it. She manipulated you because she knew Emma was going to be there, and she wants to keep you and Emma apart, fully knowing that Haley Hines is jealous of Emma. We figured this out last episode. So, Haley Hines thought of a plan. Mariana basically confirmed this by saying that she knew about it for months, and Mariana was on the dance team, so Mariana would know if her friend was parents getting divorced. She would know. So basically, she manipulated Jesus. She knew Emma was going to be there, so she decided to tell Jesus now to manipulate him into not going. So Haley Hines, you're kind of a crapper. You manipulate your own boyfriend because you're jealous of him and his ex-girlfriend being at the same party. What kind of person does that? A jealous one and a manipulated one. So yeah, but anyway, we have to talk about the good side of this episode. Callie, Jude, Sophia, and the Quinns. That's the good side of this episode. Also, Dani getting arrested is the good side of this episode. So Sophia's like, so glad to meet you, Jude, and our dad, and Callie, and Callie's like, me and Jude already have a dad. His name's Donald, and yeah. So Callie and Sophia talk about Sophia's old school archfield. I think she said Archfield. Yeah, I think she said Archfield. So yeah, I think she said Archfield. So and Mrs. Quinn is like, well, I know you're trying to impress Callie. But what she said to her mom, that doesn't mean you have to be rude to her mom. Yeah, she's trying to impress Callie, but yeah, so Callie's on the thing with Sophia, and Sophia saying about what would happen if Callie stayed with Callie's dad stayed with her mom, and she was like, there'd be no Jude and no Sophia, and Callie said there'd be no Jude and no you, Sophia, and Sophia says that wouldn't be a bad thing if Sophia didn't exist. Why is she saying this? Is there something going on with Sophia that she feels like she doesn't like her that she exists? What's going on with Sophia? Because that kind of made But anyway, after that, Callie goes talk to her dad. Goes talk to Robert. I almost said her dad, but Dom's dad. So yeah, goes talk to Robert. In the beginning of the episode, she said what Steph asked her about the college fund, and she was gonna say no, she doesn't want his money, which is kind of mean. Cass kind of mean this season towards Robert when she talked to Brandon when she said that she was gonna just see him say go on your sail yacht and she'll never think of him. That was kind of mean. And this meanness towards Robert kind of exists in the beginning scene. But I'm glad Callie did not say anything mean to Robert because Robert's a cool guy. I never addressed it till now, but it's kind of, a thing. Callie's kind of mean towards Robert before she met him and during the scene of this episode. So yeah, so at the end of the episode, Sophia's like, why don't we adopt Callie? And Callie's like, why don't we adopt Callie? And Callie's like, we wouldn't have to. She's already being adopted by the Fosters. And she's like, she's only known for 6 months. And I'm like, she knew you guys even less. She just met you guys. So she's like, and Sophia's like, if Callie knew to love us, if she knew to love them, she knows to love us too. So Sophia, you're secretly hatching to get Callie adopted by you, so she'll become Callie Quinn. Sophia, your plan's not gonna work. She already has a man that loves her. Your plan kind of came in early. Yeah. So Sophia now wants to adopt Callie because she known the Fosters even less. She's known the Fosters for 6 months, and now she's known them even less. So that was the longest day. I really liked this episode. Brandon exposed Dani. Dani got arrested. One thing I did not like about this episode, Haley Hines manipulating Jesus. She's jealous of Emma, so she's manipulating Jesus. Like, who does that? She's a manipulative girlfriend. Haley Hines is a manipulative girlfriend to Jesus. We just figured it out. She manipulated him by saying, oh yeah, our parents are getting divorced. I even tried to pause when I watched this on Disney Plus. I paused to see if she had tears in her eyes, and I saw no tears, meaning that she was faking. She's a faker. She's a manipulator. She manipulated him. Mariana confirmed this. Haley Hines is a garbage character. Hey, you better break up with her, because actually, yeah. I just don't like her. I like him and Emma together. I hope he and Emma get back together this season or season later, because I like him and Emma. Him and Emma have a good, stable relationship. Haley Hines is just manipulating him because she doesn't like Emma. Like, what's up with Emma? But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget, have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you next to the Fosters.